moving on over there to see what's going on. Those force fields are actually relatively well placed, but most of my units can still get attacked. Those zealots, I love zealots because they are perfect for just taking the hits and let the rest of the units do that. Now I do a decent amount of damage there, and but I still don't feel like it was enough. I need to regroup. I have a few more units on the way. I am rebuilding units. My minerals are really low. I think at this point I realized I don't have enough drones, but he's moving on up there, and he does have another observer in his army, so he's going to be quickly taking that out. There are no Colossus in his army, which is surprising to me. I expected to see Colossus, but then again, I didn't do too much scouting, so I should, if I did enough and proper scouting, then I would have seen that. And yeah, he's cleaning up my army relatively well. Those force fields pinned my troops, and I did not actually micro those very well. But I'm thinking at this point it's worth trading armies, because if he comes in with this, even if I have no units left, my spine crawler should be able to handle this no problem. And I don't see any reinforcements popping up at his point, and I decide that I'm gonna move her behind the bushes because I do not want to lose her, and there is creep over here, and I'm gonna save my creep tumors as best I can. So I've got all my units popping back out and regrouping over here. I continue with that. These hatcheries essentially just serve as extra larvae at this point. I don't have the time in my mind, or the ability to, or the resources to spare to re-drone, as I know he can just warp get in more units. So I definitely needed to, I felt like that was not worth it. So yeah, I'm just reuniting. I think I made a couple drones there just to start getting that gold. And yeah, so he's taking out my creep tumors, which is really smart of him. The creep tumors need to be taken out. I move my queen up and continue my creep tumor spread. But you'll quickly soon see that was a bad idea, because it is right at the edge of his base, so he was going to see that one way or another. I do have some spore crawlers, because again I wasn't sure what he was doing, so I did drop that as safety. Just in case he decided he wanted to go some sort of air, void ray, or harassment. As far as I know, that's all. I had no idea what he was going, but he did leave a few creep tumors, enough in the middle of the map where I could see one side, which, if I was him, I would have just completely cleared out as much as I could, because I wasn't going to push out there. He knew he had that fight won. And again, at this point now, I'm realizing, okay, I'm not ready for this. I need to keep macroing up here. I need to make sure I catch up. I move my queen over there, moving her back, actually, because because I was like, okay, the creep is not fully gone yet. Let me drop a creep tumor here to stop it from pulling too far back. And I needed to keep as much as I could of my creep going. And then you can see at the top right, if you see, he's actually scooping around over there. And I don't look, but I realize there it is. And there's the Colossus. See, it was a very late Colossus play, as far as I'm concerned. 20 minutes in, I'm just seeing my first Colossus. So I pull back, saying, crap, here he comes. And I do have the minerals and gas to throw a big army at him at this point. And I'm moving my overlords back because I don't want to lose them and get supply blocked, as I don't have enough for the 200. And I re-rally all of them. And I'm like, oh crap, this could be it. This could be a game. There go a few of my roaches deciding they want to be heroic. And so I was like, okay, screw it. I need to stop him and delay him as long as I can while I re-push him. So I'm like, the things that need to go down is the Colossus. I need to focus fire that Colossus down. The sentries are going to drop Guardian Shields, are going to be a pain in the ass, so they need to go down ASAP. But right now, the Colossus is too far back, and I'm not focus firing just one Aing, which is a bad idea. And yeah, he's quickly wiping up my army, and I am not looking good. I'm panicking. I just start pumping roaches, more and more roaches, and this is where he starts making a very grave mistake. He pokes a little bit with just a few of his stalkers, and I have enough to deal with him, and my spine crawlers delay him, and he pulls back. He splits his army here. He sends half at my my natural, and half at the gold. And doing that allowed me to take out half of his army, and then finish off the rest of his army. Yeah, he gets a good amount of those kills, but he made a huge mistake doing that. He didn't get any of my bases. If I was him, I would have taken up my gold with all of it, and then moved down, started moving in all at once. Or maybe pulled back, taking out my gold. But he made a grave error there by splitting up his army, and by doing that, he screwed himself, in my opinion. He did not. He made a bad idea. He's splitting the army, screwed him over. So now he's gonna come in here and attempt to take out my gold at this point, where I have enough to just move in and start and clean this up. I don't even know. I don't even think he gets the gold. No, he doesn't even get the gold. He pulls back and tries to take on this army. If I was him, he has two zealots attacking the army, but if I was him, I just would have tried to focus the gold down, because this is too big of an army, and my queen's with him, and I quickly clean this up. Yep, there it goes, and yeah, now I feel really good. I feel like I held the big push. He didn't do nearly as much damage as he should or could have, which really screwed him in the end. I re-rally up back to the top of all my bases, and I have all my bases still, all of them. And I'm able to quickly do this. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab a bunch of my drones and transfer over to the gold because my main is more or less mined out. I'll leave a few of them there. I am re-droning up, drone, building a few more of my units. If you look at the production tab real quick, I do have drones and roaches on the way, as most of my unit roaches just hatched. If we look at the units, my drone count is really, really low compared to him. So, like I said earlier in the game, my droning up was not nearly as good as I would have liked it. But we'll go back to the APM now, so you don't see anything extra. I don't care too much now. But here we go. He has got a bunch of zealots, and when I see that, when I see he's got a ton of zealots, in my mind, now again, if you look at the resources, it's a different story, but in my mind, I go, great, he wasted all of his gas on Stalkers and Colossus, and doesn't have the gas to rebuild them. So he's got a lot of zealots to hopefully do some damage, while I am still pumping out the Roach Hydra combination, because I still have all my bases, and now I am able to remacro up as best I can. And I'm feeling really, really good about this. And here he comes now. Again, Observer mixed in his army. He's got, again, a lot of Zealots and Sentries. And definitely see the Sentries. So I'm like, okay, he wasted a lot of the gas on Sentries, though I'm not sure why. He's not Guardian Shielding like he should have. He's not Force Fielding like he should. His Colossus is just, he's just 1Aing at this point, and my army is just too big. And in my mind here, I go, okay, I've won. Again, I've won, but it was a good game because it's just he made one small error by splitting up his army. And if he hadn't split up his army, I feel this game would have went 100% different. I see all of his zealots here, and I'm like, okay, he's got the gold. Don't know how long he's had the gold. I'm going to find out momentarily as I clean this up. And I see another observer there. Moving on in, and I'm just going to clean this all up really quickly. And, yep, taking out this pylon. Moving into the gold just to see how much he's got. And it looks like he's had it for a while. So I'm going to quickly end it, go right for the Nexus so he can't bring the minerals back and then finish off those probes. Yeah, and they're not going to get out. They're going to die. All to my army. Goodbye, army. I mean, goodbye, probes. And that is one of the best feelings in the world, is when all of these probes just die as you take out one of their expansions. And I'm building up more. I can't remember what I'm actually producing there. Mostly roaches and drones. Back to the APM. So mostly roaches and drone. If we look at the food differential, I've actually skyrocketed ahead of him. Again, all I see is Colossus and Zealot. So I'm like, alright, I'll pull back, hang on. Don't want to really fight him in a tight choke there. Let him pull back, that's fine. Kill off any free Zealots that feel like they need to try and run. And now I am going to start moving in here because I realize this is all he has. Otherwise he would have put more out. Those two Colossus won't face too much of a problem. Taking out this cannon. Yeah, and there goes one Colossus, there goes the rest of the Zealots, and then there goes the other Colossus. And now I start taking out the pylons. I can focus fire them down, so I make sure he can't, if he has anything powered by them, they don't get powered by them. That gateway, one gateway is one unit less that I have to deal with, and he starts warping them in. And yeah, so I'm feeling really, really good here. The game is essentially won at this point. That's all mined out, so I'm like, alright, take these guys, move them up here. Yep, moving these guys over here. Yep, I'm just continuing the macro. I essentially 1A the rest, and no, I'm just going to take the rest of my army and move them all in. I pop another Overseer, just in case. And, yeah, I'm feeling really, really good at this point. So I just decided to regular move them all up so I can just do a ton of damage. Yep, there we go. And now I'm just going to start wiping him out. At this point, he should have GG'd. I'm not sure why he stuck around. Maybe just the desperate hope of winning. But that's essentially it for the game. I did win. I liked that game. I did say I was going to put one of me losing, but sadly I did not because this game was just so good. And most of my losses are really quick and to like just stupid cheeses or early aggression that I just wasn't able to hold off or wasn't prepared for. So there's a GG. There's another Mathas versus Ladder, guys. I promise I will put up a loss once it's a good loss and not something stupid. I think I might live record these at some point too and just post whatever I can get in like an hour. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy my cast. I'll see you next cast.